Alright, we're here in Dana Point, California. We're back. I tarped off this valley. Withstood a pretty good rain. You can see what it looks like underneath these valleys and why you have to do the whole thing. You can't just do a tiny repair. So, the leak is going in to the house right here, just into the entrance of the garage. But this valley handles a lot of water. That's why they're one of the first areas of your roof to wear out. All the water goes from this side and then that side and then goes down here, and a little bit of it gets clogged up down there, falls off the valley, rots off the paper. And that's why these straight sides, they last a lot longer. They just, all the water that hits them almost goes directly off, no redirection. But these valleys, these are not going to work like that. They wear out. It's just like your chimneys also. These will also wear out. They're not going to go 60 years, and this won't either. So we're going to replace the whole valley. You can see when you replace the whole valley, you go all the way up to the top. Right here is a little funky transition. You can see that you have the old valley metal going under this section right here. So you're going to have to pull all this back to get this one out. Major pain in the balls, but this is why you want it. So sometimes they'll stop early just right here and then leave this little crappy connection in there, and it's a weak point, and your valley ends up leaking again. So of course all this paper is going to get stripped down to the deck. That way you can make sure that you repair the deck, but you got all the roof leaks. One other reason to do this whole entire valley. That's too. I'm gonna have to change that. Boom. Sorry about that. Look at all that water. So this is handling all the water up there. That's why this is getting worn off. So all the water from this entire section, you got like 500 square feet, is exiting the roof right here where it's leaking. This is how you know you need to do the whole valley. Sometimes you can do a half valley. It just depends on how much water the valley's been handling. This one's been handling a crap ton. It's going to be best just to replace it. Not to mention, when we took it apart, we can see that basically they did it like a cheap way. Instead of weaving the felt, they just ran it on top of the valley, so it's supposed to go across. Instead, it's just stopping right on top. So that's lame. It's best to redo it. This is this guy's ridge board. Look at this. Look at the termites been attacking this shit, so we're gonna have to replace that. We always find damaged wood underneath these, so when they do paper over paper, they're just leaving this shit. This is what your wood deck looks like in places when they do the relay, the paper over paper, whatever they call it. Take up all your tile, install the paper, leave the old paper there, and go right over this shit. Just don't do it. Don't fall for it. It's a scam. You gotta tear it all apart. You gotta check the entire deck. Everything's gonna have to be re-nailed. When you get water onto the plywood, it makes all the little nails like pop up. The plywood swells, pushes the nails up. So you gotta go through, re-hammer all the decking, replace the decking where needed. I bet you're gonna have to replace the decking right there. Get a little 2x4 ridge board that we're gonna have to replace because this thing is fucking well expired. That's done. So this is why it's a lot of work to do these sort of things. If you're gonna have somebody strip the whole deck and do it correctly, it's gonna cost you a lot more. Who knows, maybe even twice as much. Some of the roofers will tell you that you can just like take out the little tiles in the valley, the ones that are loose, and then just sweep them out, and then they call that a valley replacement. And that's not gonna work. That's another scam. This is the way they have to be done. They're expensive, but if your only other option to this is just do the whole thing, which is probably overkill. So you just replace the part that's bad. The valley is bad. You just replace it. That's what we're gonna do. Down at the bottom, to help them out, we'll put the felt in there after we replace any of the wood, if necessary. Then we'll put a layer of ice and water shield so it's never going to soak through. Even if we get a crazy rain, we'll put that at the bottom edge right here. Make this a little more bulletproof. We'll weave all the felt back and forth. Not going to go over the valley. This valley metal is fine. You can just take it up and put it back as long as you don't destroy it too much, which we won't. That's how you do it. It's really pretty basic. It takes about a day for two guys who know what they're doing to do something like valley of this size. It's not a small one. You can see there's a lot more to do. So if you like this video, please hit like and subscribe. We could use all the help we can get. Yeah, wow, love this track. We'll see you on the next one.